My name is Vipin Kumar. My name is Vipin Kumar, JMB, Corporate Academy. Today we will see about the chapter Ray Optics of class 12. Okay, before starting that, we will see about what is ray and optics. What is the meaning of optics and the relating terms. Okay, now the term optics, it can be divided into two parts. Optics can be written as OPT plus ICS. OPT means light. OPT means light and ICS means study. Okay. Optics can be divided into two parts. OPT means light and ICS means study. So this is the study of light as well as optics. Okay. Now ray means we are just considering of the light rays. In this chapter we consider only about the rays. Okay. As we know that light are in the form of waves, but in this chapter we consider only rays. Light as the rays. Now it can be the optics can be divided into again two parts. It can be of the ray optics and another will be the wave optics. It can be wave optics. One is ray optics and another is the wave optics. In the ray optics there are also some part that is reflection. That will be reflection, refraction. Another will be total internal reflection. Okay. In case of wave optics, it will be different. It will be diffraction. Second, interference. And third one is the polarization. Okay. But in this chapter we are going to discuss about the reflection, diffraction and total internal reflection part. Okay. Next chapter will be the ray optics. In that we will study about the diffraction, interference and polarization. Now in this chapter we are going to start with the first point, the reflection. What is reflection? Okay. First what is reflection? Now what is the meaning of the reflection? Reflection means bouncing back to the original position. Which light will be reflected, it means it will be striking back. Okay, hitting toward to one purpose something, and the rays will be reflected to some another angle. Okay, that is what is the reflection means, bouncing back of the rays. Bouncing back of the rays for other the reflection. For the reflection to be happen, there is also some rules. There are some rules which you are studying in the 10th class as well as laws of reflection. That is laws of reflection. How many laws are there? There are two laws of reflections are there. First and second. So we can draw some figure. Just consider there is a mirror, plain mirror here. This one side is polished and this one is a polished surface. Okay, and this is the reflecting surface. What is reflecting? This will be the reflecting surface. Okay, for the law of reflection, three things we do: incident ray, normal, and reflected ray. Okay, first consider the plain mirror. One side is polished, another side is the reflecting. In light, there is three things happening. Just consider that if the light rays are coming. The light rays are coming and incident on any object. Light rays are coming and incident on any object. Three things happen. Okay, three things happen. First is reflection. Second is absorption. And third is transmission. Third is transmission. Okay. In this case, we are studying about the reflection. Absorption means the light rays will be absorbed by that object. Okay, it will not be reflected back to any direction. And transmission means it will be transmitted from one part. You just consider the example. You can take one piece of cloth, and if you are applying the torch, the light will be transferred from the cloth from one side to the another side. Then it is called as the transmission. Okay. So for the reflection, we are using a polish. Polishing means you are seeing that in plain mirror, back side of the mirror will be polished with silver. It will be polished with the silver, so that the rays which are incident on the mirror, it will be reflected back. Okay, so the polished part is with the silver, so that it will be reflected back. Now just consider that light rays are coming. Light rays are coming. This consider is our light ray, which is coming on striking on the plane mirror. That is called as incident. For the law of reflection, we will require a incident ray which is incident on the plane mirror, and we have to draw a normal to the plane mirror so that we get the reflected ray. So we have to draw the normal, means perpendicular to the plane mirror, like this. If you are drawing like this, it will be the normal. Now the incident ray which is making an angle with the normal, it is called as angle of incidence, angle I. Okay. Now this angle, this incident ray will be reflected back like this. This ray will be called as reflected ray, and the angle which is making it by the normal, it is called as the angle of reflection. Angle of reflection. Okay. So what will be from this? We have got two laws. First is what is given that angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. This is our first law. Means this angle of incidence and angle of reflection must be equal to get a reflected ray. Okay. Now third one is that incident ray, reflected ray, and normal will be lying in the same plane. If you are considering of the same plane, you consider it is a single plane of paper. This must be in a single plane. That is called as plane of paper. Means this incident ray, reflected ray, and normal must be in a single plane. Then only the law will be applicable. Otherwise, we cannot apply the law of reflection. Means this, if you are considering, look at it. If I am just blocking this one part, we have just only incident ray. Okay, if the rays are incident on this plane of paper, so out of the plane of paper, it will not be getting a reflected ray. So incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal must be in a single plane. Then only we can apply the law of reflection. This is the correct condition for the reflection. Okay, what is first one? First one is the angle of incidence. This angle of incidence must be equal to the angle of reflection. This is the condition. Second condition is that incident ray and reflected ray and normal must be in a single plane. All the things must be in a single plane. Then only we can get a reflected ray. Okay, clear? All this is all about the reflection and law of reflection. Now we have to study about the mirrors. Which type of mirror we are going to use in this chapter. First, we have taken plain mirror. One is plain mirror, second is concave mirror, and third is the convex mirror. Okay, let's study about the properties, the terms which are related to the mirror, which are that pole, center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal focus, principal axis. Okay, till now clear? Now we will see the second part of the chapter, which is depending on the term which is we are going to learn now is we are going to use in all the chapter. Okay, now first we'll learn about the plane mirror. Okay, it can be drawn like this, one straight line, and one side will be polished as I mentioned before. polished part will be polished by the silver coating. It is coated by the silver so that the light will be reflected, not it will be transmitted. So this will be the polished part. This will be the reflecting surface. This will be the reflecting surface. Okay. Now the main part of the chapter is about the concave mirror and convex mirror. Okay, as the name suggests, concave means it will be like a cave. Let's consider and drawing like a half circle. This part will be polished. One part will be polished, and this will be the reflecting surface. Okay, this can be given by the example by the spoon in which we are just taking food like this part, this curved part, inside part, that is called as the concave mirror, and it is the reflecting surface. Means the reflecting surface is curved inward. The reflecting surface is curved inward, that is called as concave mirror. Okay, now third part, that is convex mirror. That is convex mirror. This is also spherical, means it is also like a half circle, but its reflecting surface is from the outside. If I draw it like this will be inward, will be polished, and the outer part will be the reflecting surface. The outer part will be the reflecting surface. The outer part will be the reflecting surface. Means you can consider with the spoon, example of the spoon like this. The spoon will be like this. From this, the inside part is the concave and the outside part is the convex part. Okay, so for the concave, the reflecting surface is inward, and for the convex, the reflecting surface from the outside. Okay, clear? These are about the types of mirror. Now we have to study about the single one terms which are used in the concave mirror, convex mirror, and all the things. Okay, clear? Okay, now let's see the term which we are related with the mirrors. Okay, the term which are related with the mirrors. First is the pole. After that, center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal axis, principal focus, and aperture. First, I will take example of the concave mirror. First, we will take the example of the concave mirror. Just consider it as our concave mirror. This is our reflective, polished part. This is our polished part. Just consider if we are considering our concave and convex part, means it is called as a spherical mirror. Spherical mirror means it can be considered it is in a circular part. The spherical mirror, one whole circular mirror is there. From that part, we have just taken one single piece. We have just cut into a small piece. That part is the concave mirror and convex mirror. So this will be our reflecting surface, and this will be our polished part for the concave mirror. Okay. Now first, what is pole? Pole will be the center of the reflecting surface. Reflecting surface center will be our pole. Okay. Now consider we are taken from the circle. It is taken from the circle. It must have in the center. Consider it as a center. So this will also have a center from which we have taken. So we are taking it to the center and giving it as a name as a C. Okay, that's called as center of curvature, capital C. The center of the sphere, center of the spherical mirror is called as the center of curvature. Okay, center of curvature. If one line is passing from, or the line joining the center of curvature and principal axis is called as the principal axis. Okay, the line joining the center of curvature and pole of the mirror, that part is called as the principal axis. The line which is passing through the center of curvature and pole is called as the principal axis. Okay, now principal axis means the line, the sphere, the line passing through center of curvature also and pole, that Now the third part is the radius of curvature. Radius of curvature means what will be the radius? This part, this PC part. The distance between P and C is called as the radius of curvature. Distance between P, pole, and center of curvature is called as the radius of curvature. The distance between P and C is called as radius of curvature, or we can write the radius of curvature as PC. Radius of curvature PC. Okay, here. Now, what is remaining is the principal focus. What will be the principal focus? Just consider there is also one term means or condition for the image formation. Image formation means if you have just consider if you are standing in front of the plane mirror, you are the object, and the image formed in the plane mirror, that is called as image. The thing which is prepared in the which we are seeing in the plane mirror, that is called as the image. Okay, now just consider we have a object placed far away. Just consider there is a sun. Okay, sun, it is placed far away distance from the concave mirror. The rays will be coming. Okay, rays will be coming and it will be reflected by the concave mirror. Just consider one ray is coming. Okay, now this ray will be reflected this part like this. Another ray is coming and it will be reflected like this. And now the point where the two reflected rays are meeting, that is called as the principal focus. It is called as F. The point where the two reflected rays are meeting, that point is called as the principal focus. Means the two reflected rays are meeting at a point on the principal axis, that is called as the principal focus. Okay, means more the light rays after reflection meets at the principal axis, that point is called as the principal focus. Okay, the line is called as the principal focus. Now another term is remaining, that is called as the focal length. That is called as the focal length, small f. Okay, small focal length, small f. Here, now we'll see about the what is focal. Now we'll see about the focal length. What is focal length? Okay, now the focal length is the distance between the principal focus and pole. The distance between this FP means the distance between principal focus and pole is called as the focal length, and it is denoted by the small f. Okay, the distance, otherwise we can also call it as the focal point means where the image is formed, that is called as the focal length, or it will be also considered the distance between the principal focus and pole is the distance called as the focal length. Okay, now there is one relation between the principal focus, or the relation between the focal length and radius of curvature. You can see that the radius of curvature is PC and the focal length is F, means it will be half of the radius of curvature. Focal length is always half of the radius of curvature, so that we can write, from this we can write PC is equal to FP by 2, means R is equal to small f by 2, means radius of curvature is always, otherwise we can write radius of curvature is equal to 2f. Okay, so means radius is double of the focal length, means if you can also write f is equal to small f is equal to R by 2. This is also one relation, means in which focal length is always half of the radius of curvature. So in example also, if you get the value of the radius of curvature, you can find the value of focal length, means it is half of the radius of curvature, so that we can find the value of focal length. The last part is the aperture. Aperture that means we can write the name as a M. Yes. You can give it as a name as a M. N. This reflecting surface of the material. The reflecting surface of the material is also called as aperture. The reflecting surface of the material is also called as the aperture. In this case, the reflecting surface is this part, so it is called as aperture. M N is the reflecting surface. Okay, this is the aperture. But some difference is there in the concave mirror and convex mirror in case of principal focus and principal axis. You can see that the reflecting surface having the center of curvature and principal focus lies inside the reflecting surface. You can see that it is the reflecting surface, so it is facing the same center of curvature and center of focus point and pole. It is where is the reflecting surface, at that same side the center of curvature, principal focus lies. But in the case of the convex mirror, this will be changed. Okay, so we can consider, now it is for concave, now just consider I am drawing for the convex mirror. Now drawing for the convex mirror. Let's consider this is a convex mirror. This is polished part of the convex mirror. Okay. Now this is our pole. This will be center of curvature. Okay. The line passing through the center of curvature pole is called as the principal axis. Now the light rays will be incident on the bulge part, means outside part. This is the reflecting surface of the convex mirror. Just consider the light rays are coming. Okay, if the object is placed. Okay, but in case of concave mirror, the object was placed on the left hand side, and in the convex mirror, the object is placed at the right hand side. Okay, so the rays will be coming, and it will be reflected like this as a property. It will be reflected like this, and we will extend, means we will extend the reflected rays so that we will get the focus point. So that if you are drawing like this, the reflected light will be passing like this, and focus point will be here. Means in convex mirror, the principal focus is not lying in the same order which concave mirror. Means the reflecting surface is here and the focus and center of curvature is on the opposite side. They are not in the same side. Center of curvature and principal focus are not in the same side. They are in a different side. Okay. This is the difference of the concave and convex mirror. Okay. Clear? But one by one we will also repeat what is pole. Pole is the center of the mirror. Second, center of curvature means it is the center of the spherical surface, means from which we are cutting in. So it is having some center. Center of curvature is C. Another is the principal axis. The line passing through the center of curvature is called as the principal axis. The line passing through the center of curvature and pole. It's called as center of curvature. Next, radius of curvature means the distance between center of curvature and pole is called as the radius of curvature. Next, the next part is the principal focus. After the reflecting part, the rays will be meeting at a point on the principal axis. That part is called as the principal focus. Second, focal length. Next part, focal length is there. Focal length means it is the distance between the principal focus and pole. There is a relation between radius of curvature and focal length. Focal length is half of the radius of curvature. You can see from the figure. Second part is the last part is the aperture. Aperture means the reflecting surface of the material. Okay, we consider M. These are the reflecting surface. Okay, clear? These are all the terms which we are going to use in this chapter. So you have to understand all the things in next topic. All the things we have to use this term. In that case, you have to understand what is pole, what is principal axis, what is principal focus, and focal length. Okay, clear? Okay, now let's see about the golden rule. There are some rules for the formation of the image. Okay, as I already explained, what is object and image. Okay, consider if you are standing in front of the mirror, you will be the object, and which is visible in the mirror, that's what is the image. Okay, now the images are also of two types: real image and inverted. Real and inverted, and erect. Okay, you can compare an example of the plane mirror. If you are standing in front of the plane mirror, the image is formed behind of the plane mirror. Actually, you are not present in that. It is the virtual. And erect means if you are standing for like this, you will be appearing like this, not like that. Your head will be down and legs will be outside. So you will get the erect position, virtual and erect. Okay, so convex mirror will produce the virtual and erect, and concave mirror will produce the real and inverted image. You can always the pair means real and inverted. Real and inverted, and another is virtual. Virtual and erect. But for the case of concave mirror, both is possible. So it means here is real and inverted and virtual and erect. Both images it can form. But for the convex mirror, it will produce only virtual and erect images only. Okay. Now let's see what are the rules for the formation of image in the convex mirror and concave mirror. There are 4 rules. From that we will see what are the rules one by one. Okay. These are also called as the golden rules for the formation of images. Okay, first I will draw the concave mirror. Consider the concave mirror. This is our polished part. This is our reflecting surface. Now again I will draw for the other part as a consider it as a reflecting surface, or consider it as a convex. The inward part will be polished. Outward part will be the reflecting surface. Okay. Now, first rule says that, what is the first rule? First rule says that the incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the center of, sorry, it will be passing through the principal focus. It will be passing through the principal focus. So we draw one by one, consider it as a pole. It is also center of curvature. Okay, and center of the principal focus. Okay, in that case also we draw the principal focus. You can write the center of curvature C and principal focus. Okay, now what is the statement or rule? First rule, it states that the incident line which is parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the principal focus. Just consider I am drawing the parallel incident. Consider the parallel incident ray. Okay, the incident ray I. The incident ray I. Now, for the reflection, you cannot draw the normal to the curved surface. You cannot draw any tangent to the curved surface. So first we have to draw tangent. So just connect this part. Just connect this part to the center of curvature. This one you can see that we are just connecting like this. Now this part will be the normal. Okay, this connected part to the see, it will be the normal. So after reflection, it will be passing to the principal focus. So we can draw like this. It will pass on to principal focus. Okay, it will be passing to the principal focus. Okay. Now in case of convex mirror, we can see the reflecting surface from the outside. You can see the principal axis. Consider is a parallel to principal axis. Light rays which are coming parallel to principal axis, draw the line. Is our incident ray, but the light incident ray will be reflected back. So before that, we have to draw a normal. Just connect this line and the center of curvature. Okay, this will be the normal, this is our incident ray. So after reflection, it will be passing through principal focus. So this draw like this. This extend, it will be our reflected ray. This will be our original reflected ray, but we are just extending the reflected ray, which will be passing through the, you can see, it will be reflected, but for image formation, we have to draw the extended extension of the reflected ray. You can see, this will be the passing through the principal focus. Okay, after reflection, it will be passing through the principal focus. Okay, now you can see that the image will be other side rather than image. Another rays is coming and just making incident at the focus. The concave mirror image called as real and inverted because the image which is formed in front of the reflecting surface only, but in case of the convex mirror, the image is formed behind the reflecting surface. You can see there is this reflecting surface and the image will be formed at the other side. So it's called as the virtual image. Okay, this is our first rule that incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the principal focus. You can see in convex mirror also after the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the principal focus. Okay, here is our first rule. Okay, if you want to write, you can also write the rule. It states that the incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis, incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes to the principal focus. After reflection passes to the principal focus. Okay, this is our first rule. Okay, this is our first rule. Clear? Now we see the second rule. We have to draw the convex mirror and concave. Consider the concave mirror. Again, polish the part. This is our convex mirror. This is our polished part. Now, the second rule is the inverse of the first. Means it states that the light ray which is passing through the focus, the incident ray which is passing through the focus after reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. It will be parallel to the principal axis. You will see, consider. Cone P, this is center of curvature C, and the principal focus of concave mirror. These are cone for the convex mirror, focus, and center of curvature C. But the statement states that the light ray incident ray which is passing through the principal focus after reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. Now you see the light rays which are passing through the principal focus. Okay, this will be the incident ray. This will be our incident ray. Okay, now the incident ray, for that we have to draw the normal. Just connect the C with that point. Okay, you can draw this like this. This is our normal. So after reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. And draw the reflected ray parallel to the principal axis. This will be our reflected. Okay, so you can see the incident ray, you can write I, and this is our reflected ray. Okay, incident ray I passing through the principal focus after reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay, you can see this is our incident ray I, this is the reflected ray I, and we are applying the law of reflection. Then we can consider incident ray and reflected ray. Okay, clear? So this was the concave mirror, but in case of the convex, we have seen that it is passing. This consider this is our coming like this. But just consider this extent so that we have to draw the normal is connected to the center of curvature. This will draw normal. After that, we will incident ray. According to the rule, it will be passing through the light ray which is passing through the principal axis like this. Just extend this one. Okay, just extend this one. The incident ray, the extend ray. After reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis, just like this. This will be parallel to the principal axis. Reflected. Okay, the incident ray is reflected. Okay, here second rule is inverse of the first one. Means if the light ray incident rays are passing to the principal focus, after reflection it will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay, both of you can see these are the incident ray. After reflection it will be parallel to the principal axis. In this case, this is the incident ray passing to the principal focus. It will be reflected in the parallel to the principal axis. Okay, here this is the second rule. This is the second rule for the formation of image. Clear? Good. Now we see the third rule. Third rule is simple rule. This third one is the simplest one. Again, you are right. Principal focus, center of curvature. Center of curvature, principal focus. Okay. Now, the third rule is that the incident ray, if it is passing to the center of curvature, it will be after reflection, it will be retracing its original path. Means it will be reflected in the same path. Okay, you can see this one. See that. This is our incident ray passing to the center of curvature. So, in this case, incident ray and this will be reflected. Means the incident ray which is passing to the center of curvature after reflection retrace its own path. It will be coming back in its own path. That's what as third rule. Then the third rule is the incident ray which is passing to the center of curvature after reflection traces its own path. Okay. Now in this case, the angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be 0. In this case, angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be 0. You can see that after reflection it is going over the same path. Okay. Now we can see the center of curvature in case of principal. In case of the convex mirror, you can see this passing to the center of curvature. Like this. It is passing to the center of curvature. It will be extended. Okay, it will be coming like this, and it will be reflected in the same path. This will be incident ray and this will be reflected. In this case also, incident angle and angle of reflection is also equal to 0. Angle of incidence and angle of reflection is equal to 0. Okay, angle of incidence and angle of reflection is equal to 0. Here, this is the third. Simple one. Simple means the incident ray is passing to the center of curvature. After reflection, it retraces its original path. That's called as third. Okay. Clear. Now let's see about the last but not least fourth rule. It's just the application of Indian history and just the law of reflection. It is the law of reflection. You can see the statement. I will give you the statement. The statement is that the light ray which is passing through the pole, it will be reflected at the same pole. Okay, after the ray which is passing through the pole, the incident, the light which is incident on the pole, it will be reflected. Means angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be same. Okay, angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be same. You can see that incident ray striking on the principal pole. You can see that it is reflection part means in that case this principal axis will act as a normal and it will be the obey the flow of reflection, which this will be the angle of incidence and this will be the angle of reflection. This will be the angle of incidence and this will be the angle of reflection. Means when it is incident on the pole, it will be reflected back, which angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be same. In this case also we can see the light rays which are coming and incident on the pole, it will be reflected back. This is incident ray and this is reflected. Okay, for one simple it is just the application of this case angle of incidence will be angle of reflection. In the fourth case angle of incidence will be equal to angle of reflection. Here simple one, four rules are there. Four rules. First one is that parallel, the incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it will be passing to the principal focus. Second is inverse, the light ray which is passing to the principal focus, after reflection it will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Third one was that if the incident rays are passing to the center of curvature, it will be reflected on the same path. And fourth one we can see just application of the law of reflection. The incident ray or incident on the pole, it will be reflected in which angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be same. You have to remember these laws. For that we can understand how the images are formed. We are already studying in the 10th class. You can make another image. The image is formed, how the image is formed in the concave mirror or the convex mirror. Okay. Here the next part we will see the Lensmaker formula or mirror equations on the. Okay. Now see the sign convention for the mirrors. Okay. How we are going to take the image sign, object sign, radius of curvature sign, and all the things. Okay. First we consider about the concave mirror. Can be applicable for same the concave mirror and convex mirror also. First we will see about the concave mirror. It can be applicable for the convex mirror also. You can see we are taking the concave mirror. We take this of the principal axis. Okay. This is our pole, the center of curvature, and this is our principal focus. Okay. Now first is we are taking an object like this. Object A, B. Above the principal axis, this AB will be taken as positive. The distance of an object from the pole will be taken as a positive. Means above the principal axis, the object distance will be considered as the positive part. If you are taking as a downward, which is the object. If it is down on the principal axis, it will down on the principal axis, it will be taken as negative. Okay, for the object also and for the image. Okay, now if you are going from pole to this side, means from pole to the left side. You see, it is going from the pole to left side. This is going from pole to left side. It will be considered as the negative. It will be considered as the negative. And the distance from the pole to the right side will be considered as the positive. It will be considered as the positive. You can see that if it is like that, then the distance between the focal length, FP is the focal length. For the concave mirror, the focal length will be negative. For the concave, you can see that it will move from PF, it will be taken as negative. Okay, for the concave mirror, it will be negative. Yeah. Now, if we are going to the right side, we are considering the light, incident ray are going like this, but going from right to the right side, we will also consider the positive. Okay, now in this case, if we are considering the radius of curvature, will also be negative. You can see it is going from P to C, is the radius of curvature, so radius of curvature will also be negative. You can see the focal length is also negative and radius of curvature is also negative because it is going on the left side. We are considering about the left side P to C, so it will be considered as negative and the focal length is also negative. P left is negative. Okay, here derive one equation that is called as a mirror equation. It's called as mirror equation. That is 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. This is the mirror equation. In the mirror equation, we have this mirror equation from the concave mirror also and convex mirror. So we will derive from the convex concave mirror. Okay, this is clear for the sign convention. The sign convention will be used in the derivation of the mirror equation. Okay, clear? So which is going from the pole to left side, it will be taken as negative. Pole to right side, it is taken as positive. Above the principal axis, it will be taken as positive, and below the principal axis, it will be taken as negative. Okay, clear? Now see the derivation of the mirror equation. Derivation of the mirror equation is considered taking the convex mirror. These are concave mirror. These are body part. The principal axis. The pole is our focus and is our center of curvature. Okay, I am taking an object beyond the center of curvature, just beyond the center of curvature. Okay, you can use any two rules. Let's consider I am taking the one rule which is first we consider object A, B. It is first you will apply the last two units the light rays after inserting the pole. After inserting down the pole, it will be reflected back. Okay, like this. It will be reflected back. First four poles we are going to apply. Okay, for the formation of image we require two incident rays. In which we will get two reflected rays. Where the reflected rays are meeting, there only the image is formed. Okay, clear? Now we will take another center of curvature. Okay, let's consider the another ray is coming and it is passing through the center of curvature. Just the side, so the light can easily pass. Okay, so instead is passing the center of curvature. Okay, center of curvature is passing like this, and it will be reflected center of curvature. And here the points the reflected rays are meeting, and here the image from A dash and B dash. Because in the concave mirror, the image formed is the real angle. Here it is forming in front of the reflecting surface, and it is inverted A dash and B dash. Okay, here in this case we have to consider that we have to get 3 to 4 triangles. First we consider the ACB triangle. Second one APB triangle. Okay, now we consider the ACB dash, A dash C B dash triangle. Next case we consider the APB triangle and A dash P and B dash triangle. Okay, we have to consider the 3 triangles. Okay, here start the derivation. This first we consider the first triangle. In triangle, we should take triangle ACB, and in triangle A dash C B dash. In both the cases, this AB and AB will be equal. So AB by A dash B dash equal to this A dash and B dash will be equal to which part should be equal to CB and B dash C. B dash C means AB and this A dash B dash will be equal to CB and B dash. Means we are going from the left side, okay? Going from the poles. Clear? So if you are taking another triangle, we are taking on another triangle. This triangle is APB. Triangle APB and another triangle A dash P dash and B dash. A dash triangle A dash P and B dash. Okay. So in this case, again AB will be equal to A dash B dash equal to, in this case what will be that, P B by B B dash B B dash. Okay, clear? Now in this case, this consider you get to the name of equation 1 and equation number 2. In this case, the left hand side is equal, so the right hand side will be also equal. Okay, clear? So we can write from equation 1 and 2, CB by B dash is equal to PB by PB dash, which is equal to PB dash. Okay, now we don't know the value of this CB and B dash. Okay, we can see that we can find the value of CB by, we can see P is PB minus CB. Okay, so what will be the, this will be the U. Okay, the object is the image distance. Okay, and this will be the B, image distance. So what we can write in this case, we can write in case of CB we can write okay. We know the value, we don't know the value of the CB. In the case of CB, we can write PB minus, you can see PB minus PC, so we get the value of PC, so we can write, in the case of CB, we write CB is equal to this PB minus PC. Okay, and for the we don't know the value of B dash C, so also we can write B dash C is equal to, we can take the value of, we know the value of, so we can write PC minus PB dash, we can write PB dash. If we are substituting the value of that, we can get PB minus PC by PC minus PB dash is equal to PB by PB dash. Okay, PB by PB dash. From that, we know the value, some values. You can see PB. What is PB? PB is the object distance. So PB will be taken as minus U minus, and PC. What is PC? PC is the radius of curvature. It is also taken as negative because it is going from left side. So it will be write as minus R pi. What is PC? PC is also again the radius of curvature, it is taken as minus R minus PB dash. Now what is PB dash? PB dash is the image distance. So it will again be taken as minus P is equal to, what is PB here? You see, again PB is the radius of curvature R and sorry, it will be object distance, it was taken as minus U, and PB dash is taken as minus, okay, minus 1 will cancel, so it was minus U plus R by minus R plus B equal to minus U by minus, is it cancel? So what we can write? 0 positive, we will write minus 2 plus R by minus R plus B is equal to 2 by okay, here it is there. Now we have to cross multiply minus UV plus VR is equal to minus UR plus UV. Can I do? You can take UV, UR and UV at the same place. You can take UR and UV at the same place. You just take coming minus this side will be positive. Again UV plus UV, so we can UV plus UV, we can write it as a 2U. Okay. Now in this case we will divide all the equation throughout by dividing equation by, we will write the equation, we will divide this equation by throughout by UVR. We will write UR divided by UVR plus VR by UVR is equal to 2UV by 2VUV and R. We get UR will get cancelled, 1 by U plus 1 by V. So it will be 1 by V plus 1 by U. Okay, so we get 2 by R. We know the value of R is equal to R is equal to 2F. So value of P plus 2 is equal to 2 by 2F will be 1 by V plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by F. This is the last form of equation, that is called as Miller equation. Okay, here just we have been drawing by figure. You have to draw all the ways and you have to make 3 triangles or 4 triangles. That is ACB, and another is A dash C B dash, and another triangle is APB, and the last triangle is A dash P and B dash. From that we get the equation 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by U. Okay, clear?